Hello and welcome to Randoms. We are back with Pastor Once a Wife. Guys, today it's about the time then we get to see these people gelling, at least trying to gel together. But one thing that stood out for me is that a pastor is not exempted from intimacy. And that is something that we need to talk about because they introducing us now to such things where we are seeing a pastor meeting all these candidates at one-on-one where they are having proper conversation, opening up, asking certain questions, and also even showing each other more love than we normally see them. Emily, can you take us through, greet our people and take us through? And please, before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe. As usual, we are back.
Hi guys, welcome back to Randoms. My name is Emily. We are reviewing Pastor Once a Wife Season 2, Episode 4. The first date is at a swimming pool or by the swimming pool with Babalwa, the international slay mama.
Yeah.
She's wearing a bathing suit. What for me was very disturbing is seeing a pastor. I thought I was watching an advert. I almost forgot that I'm watching a pastor. The way Bem shooting a corner, he was glistening water, swimming, chest is out, back is out. It was like he was selling some intimacy products. It did give an interesting vibe. And I had to ask myself several times, what am I watching?
Yes. What took me also with surprise is how they are actually meeting, sort of almost naked. Because as someone who's about to choose a wife, I would like not to be driven by how they look, how the thighs
Be
are.
driven by flesh.
And that is be driven by flesh because that's what I saw. Like most of these women, and except for quite few, who were fully on their clothes as usual, but the Babala was bold. I don't know if it was an issue of what they need, how they needed to shoot with
Maybe they
Babala.
needed to shoot
But
by the
to-
swimming pool.
But to actually be like that, yeah, with someone that you just met, it's quite amazing. But take
It
us
was
through.
interesting. That's all I'm gonna say. Well, Uti, what turns you on, Pastor? And then Obabalwa Uti, a sexy guy like you. And money, of course. Money turns me on. Every time she sees a person with money, she'll be turned on. So Pastor says that I can't relax. I can't relax.
No, I hear. I think there is a bit of, not even a bit of truth. There's truth that is told while someone is smiling and laughing, and I'm gonna take it as the Bible truth. And that's it.
And then she says that a stingy guy turns her off.
Definitely repeating the truth.
She doesn't want to be told how to dress. Also, a man who keeps telling her how to dress is a turn off.
Also the truth.
The second date is with Duduzile. Duduzile uyacula nkosi yami. Orithembele wena Jehovah. It was beautiful. It was like, and then the pastor joins in and then sang with her. I'm like, okay. And then pastor asks about her biggest insecurities. And then she says it's her size, her body. She was teased a lot growing up about her body. And then when she looks now at herself and pictures of herself when she was younger, she was like, oh my God, I was actually smaller when I was young. I was thinner. So now I'm actually bigger.
The body size, and most of the time people are ashamed for that. But I believe that there is always everyone has different choices. Some would like them with meat, some don't like them with
Everybody
meat.
has a type.
As everybody has a type. And I think Duduzile is more someone who's really showing the signs of being herself. I would say there's little that would be hidden behind her. She is kind of an open book.
Yes.
As you see, what you see is what you get.
Yes.
Not out there, most humble. That's what I've seen, and obviously she told us that she likes to cry, and that will be it for me on my side to Duduzile.
Well, she also said that her mom encouraged her and said that she's beautiful. Okay. And Pastor T, he's attracted to a person who's beautiful and comfortable in who they are. And I am inclined to think that's what he also believes about Duduzile. She also spoke about how she was judged by her own sister for her body size and the fact that her sister used to call her names like she's fat and stuff, but they had a conversation about it and she let her know how it made her feel.
It is not nice to be told that you are not enough. That I can say, and that would be my last word about everything that might have happened to her.
Okay, Eunice is the third date, okay? And Eunice, they are having that date in the park. They're also sitting down, is the very same setup as Duduzile. However, Eunice is asking questions, okay? She starts off with the chicken. How are your chickens? Ghana Pasta has chickens that he's farming. And then Uti, he uses layer mesh and pellets so that they can lay eggs. He doesn't have a male chicken that can assist in that department.
Yeah.
So I don't know how poultry farming works. So those who do poultry farming can explain to us how does that work. And he says that as long as they also ask about should I say the word? The word the word, Mr. Anonymous, the word assistance.
They talked about.
They talked about.
They talked about their private parts.
Their. How do I frame this?
No, you don't need to frame it any further. I think that will be it.
Yes, doesn't she have a problem with someone who uses performance enhancers? Yes, performance enhancers. And she's like, no, as long as they don't affect me with side effects, I don't have a problem, and they don't affect you. I don't have a problem. Do what you do, boo. How did you think? How did you feel about that question? I feel so uncomfortable.
I don't know where the question comes from, but I think it's a question that you would ask someone that you are already dating and you have already had intimacy with that person. Then you can start asking such. But I really don't know if you haven't touched a person, why would you ask that question?
And he's also saying that I'm not planning on enhancing anything. But then why are you asking that question?
I don't know, maybe it was meant to provoke something.
Okay, and then Eunice asks about what Pastor does for a living, and Pastor says that he owns businesses, and Eunice says we can go on a vacation.
That's
okay, and he can pay for that vacation.
It's a turn off. A woman who, when you tell them about the business, after they've asked you, actually, without, you are not volunteering, telling them, they ask you the question, and then all of a sudden they talk about them going to spend that money. It's a turn off.
Okay, now it's Jacqueline's turn. Jacqueline, eh? Jacqueline is stiff. Jacqueline's personality is very cold, eh? From what I'm reading at that date, it was not, it was not organic. Oh, girl, uyabuza ukuthi Yeah, now she believes in cooking for her husband. She believes that before she's a very busy woman. Again, she emphasizes this thing of being a busy woman, a businesswoman. She takes care of her business. Nothing wrong with it, but you'll think that for a first date, she would kind of calm down about it, you know?
I think it's a confusion that many ladies have. That if you have made a lot of money, or if you are making a lot of money, then you are a woman of value. But that's not what a woman of value is. A woman of value is a woman who values family. A woman of value is a woman who builds family, because that's the primary role of a woman at the time. And obviously, these days it has evolved a bit, and it includes you now bringing also money. If you can help where you can help, but the main thing that you should understand is that you having seven figures, or whatsoever that you are bringing on the table, does not make a man want to have you, unless they are going to use you. And that's a different scenario. It's not about love, it's about using. And if you are open to that, which is the case most of the time, ladies have found themselves being scammed, because they think that they are a woman of value because of money, and then those guys, they come in with their own intentions other than love. So be careful of that. The main important thing is not how much you bring on your table. A woman should be able to build their men. They are there to support their men, and that's the role. It can never change. No matter how much you are bringing at home, make sure that your husband is able to match whatever that you are doing, and is able to bring also to take care of you, and take care of the family, because that brings family together. Your job is to build family, not to actually show who's masculine between the two of you. And
Because
that's it.
that's the energy she was giving. And she asked Pastor Guti, do you have a problem with a working woman? And Pastor said no. And then she says that she believes that Yena, she will be cooking before she goes to her work and after she goes to her work, and she will leave her man with food that's already prepared and stuff.
She was using
She's
reverse
trying to
psychology.
to balance.
She was using reverse psychology, in a sense that she thought by her being a business lady, it's a proof of what I've just said. Someone is going to fall into that. But that's not the case. There is more than that when it comes to relationship. It's not about how much you are bringing. That's why, as much as you'd be bringing 1 million, I would still leave you for someone who works at McDonald's. As much as you're bringing that 1 million, I'll still go out and cheat with that person. That's basically what I'm trying to say. That it's not about money, it's about how you feel around that person as a man, and that's it.
That's it, because Pastor is also saying that
So you,
as a man, he's a provider.
so you using reverse psychology of how you are working hard and cooking, and you're still matching and being a wife. That's a thing. And already, if you tell me that you are always, maybe most of the time, late because you have to stay at work, then I know for sure that eventually I'll cheat. So if I don't want to cheat, I'm not gonna choose you, because you are always gonna come back tired.
Wow. Number 5, the date number 5, Elena Mandla. I struggled in the first episode review with this name, Elena Mandla. Yeah, and then she asked for Pastor to untie her shoes. They are playing golf, Gabon. That's their date set up. And she talks about how she lost her mom at a young age. She was very young. She was 11 years old. And she had to explain to her little brother what was going on at the time. It's been a couple of years, but it still affects her. She's crying, when she's talking about it.
I'll first start by saying I'm sorry that she lost her mother, but I have a problem with people who come with emotions and play emotions so that they can get sympathy. And such people are very dangerous people. You should guide against. You should be able to know that this person, comfort them as much as you can, but do not fall in love with them, because now You are a savior of that person, not the lover. So becoming a savior, and if you are obsessed with that, then you forget about love, and eventually you would miss love in that relationship because you always think about how to treat her, how to make up.
Feel better.
Yeah, that's a thing, and that is not something that you want to do in your whole life. Yes, we need to
Ooh.
sympathize, but as much as we want to sympathize, we don't want to carry a baggage of someone's mother. I cannot be your husband and be your father and your mother. So I need to be your husband and take one position. If I do that, then eventually that's when people start doing things that are out of order. That's when now, when we fight, you start crying and you start bringing your mother again because that's how you won me in any case. So play away from emotions.
Wow. And then Pastor Nai, it seems like he's caving in to the fact that she's okay now, encourages him to be strong.
There you go. On any given day, I would tell you this. If she didn't play that card of emotions, she would have gone home.
Yeah, ne?
And I'm telling you, I think the business lady would have been there on that
Yeah, Jacqueline.
show. Yeah.
All right, Nelly is date number 6. Nelly now, ditaba tsa Nelly. Ooh, Nelly Batong. Nelly says she was married for 7 years, and then her husband passed away last year, and she did not zilla. She did not participate in it. She doesn't believe in it. Pastor, on the other hand, brings it up that traditionally, we mourn for someone who was that close to us for a bit longer, And Uneli Utiena, she did a 3-day cleanse. I've never heard of such in my life.
I do not understand the ideologies of those people who, as Christians, I would say like that. When you say you do not mourn and you do not respect that type or that darkness, when Jesus died, what happened?
How Mary Magdalene and
They mourned,
they were
right?
crying.
Yes, that's what
They
I'm
were
trying to say.
grieving, basically.
Yes. Now, where in the Bible it's written that you must not mourn?
No, it seems like she mourned for 3 days.
Because it cannot be a tradition. It cannot be a Christian thing. I don't know where it comes from.
Jesus resurrected on the 3rd day. So maybe
there-
that's where that's coming from. I don't know.
But
I feel like that's where she came up with this concept, allegedly.
there's something wrong with that woman. That woman needs to heal. She cried, she cried and she turned and faced the camera and said the pastor didn't deserve it. She's showing different personalities.
She was heartbroken when she got eliminated. She stood at the door like this.
3 personalities. I saw 3 personalities. I saw her crying. I saw her being revengeful.
But Nelly, what's going on over there? Like, you should grieve.
It can't be that
you
husband
spent
of 7
years with that man. You need to. I know we always argue about how men are not held into the same standard, but even men, according to our African, they do.
Men grieve.
They do grieve. It's just that they don't wear black, but they do grieve. You can't immediately jump into the next relationship. Pastor was afraid. Okay.
I was impressed by his reasoning of culture.
Yeah, he used culture. He had to. He had to use culture. He didn't have a choice. It's weird that you spent 7 years with this man and already you want to move on so quick and so fast. Whew.
She's gonna make people get sick. That's what we believe in culture.
And
Continue.
also the fact about lobola. Pastor asked about lobola. What am I gonna do when I pay lobola for you? And she's like, it's just my parents and my mom. A re batle bo malume ba utswa ditjhelete.
You
So
see, she strikes me as someone who would come in your house and divide your house.
why?
Because by what she said, if you listen careful to what a person says about their family, it speaks volume.
And you said that about her in the previous review
Yeah.
also.
It speaks volume. What a person says about their family, it speaks volume.
Hi, Pastor Uti, for the respect of our black culture, I am menyana, and I agree. You date number, is it 8? Carol. Carol now is having a bit of a, there's chemistry there. They were playing poker. Okay, and how that date went to Carol Uyabuzu, how do you feel about older women? And Pastor says that he doesn't mind dating older women. They know how to please a man and they have experience. And then she says she's older because of, at the time they used Wikipedia instead of Google, and then Pastor actually corrected her and said it's encyclopedia. I remember that book, Encyclopedia, where you'd search for stuff. We didn't have Google.
Yeah.
And Carol is actually 2 years older than the pastor. And at the end of them playing, I saw Carol giving him a hug and asking about the kids. And I was like, yo, go shushu apa.
No,
Go shushu.
Carol is. She's also got me because she's got this smile that is what do they call it when someone can transfer their happiness to you. Is it infectious? Yeah. So she's got that thing. She knows how to use it and it's working well. And she's very simple. She's not complicated like Baba Alwa. I think she's not complicated like the rest of your business ladies and the other money chowers that are there. It's easy, man. She plays the pool.
She flows.
She flows.
She
You understand? And that's the person you wanna have around you. Someone who's gonna be able to transfer their mood to you when they are happy. And that's I would also go for Carol if I had to choose between the rest that is there. Obviously, Carol for me is doing it.
Do you know where? Carol for me. Okay, now the ladies meet yet again. They're sitting down and they're talking. And uDuduthi uyabatshela ukuthi hayi mina ngimculele upastor ngamculela. But why umculela vele? And she does have a beautiful voice, And then uJackie said that Carol actually is the one who said this about Jacqueline, that on the camera she's somebody else, off the camera she's somebody else. So
Makomalo vibes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she is very confrontational off camera, and I found that to be very, very interesting information.
No, that's the thing.
She's the one
Who's going home?
who's going home.
So 2 people are eliminated. Is obviously who?
It is Nelly and Jackie.
And Jake. Yeah, that's it. One day we will talk when we need to talk about why women in business always want to overpower everyone, because that's a problem that I think the business
Jackie
lady
has.
She's failing to differentiate between the business and the fun that was there on that. So she ended up acting as if that was business and competition. They are always in a competition, even if it's unnecessary. And that's what you don't want in your house. A woman who's going to come and compete with you. A woman is not a competition. A woman is not supposed to be competition. A
With
woman is
a
supposed,
husband.
yes. A woman is supposed to assist and build that husband as you guys build each other, but not compete with one another. Because
Because I don't think a husband is also competing with his wife. He just wants to take care of his wife, right?
There you go. Yes.
Okay. So Jackie had this to say. She said, me and him are just two different people. Me and him aren't going to work at the end of the day.
I've heard that. And she might stay longer. Singing.
That's Jacqueline.
Very.
And then Nelly, on the other hand, after that performance at the door, she said, I wish he could just, at some point, I just wish he could just eliminate me because me, Nana, I no. And I'm like,
why did you cry? Rejection, being left.
You look so emotional when you left that table.
She cried.
Okay. Nelly, go grieve for your husband, please.
Right. I think that's it.
That's it for this episode, you guys. If you really enjoyed it, don't forget to smash that like button and comment down below. Until the next one, thank you for watching.
Bye.